really helpful. Okay. So where did we leave off? We were talking about following up relentlessly. So I have this list and I keep it on Google Drive and I have it sorted by, the last thing I was talking about was I keep a list of who said yes to me what month. And then obviously I need to organize this because I am bad at organization. I need to update it. But anyways, I organize it by their level of interest, hot, medium, and low. Hot are people I've talked to recently. Medium are people that maybe haven't responded in a couple of weeks. Low are people that haven't responded in like a month. The hot I follow up with every day, the medium once a week, and the low once a month. Then what I do is I send them all something of value at the beginning of the month, whether that's a recipe, a meditation, whatever it is. And then at the end of the month, they all get a deadline message from me. And what was I going to say? Oh, so the hot prospects, I literally follow up with every single day. And I don't mention Beachbody at all. I go to their page and I see what they have posted about. And I ask them questions about that, or ask them, what can I do to pray for you today? Anything simple like that. I just focus on the relationship. So that is following up. And that is so important because people are buying from people that they trust. So following up with them and building the relationship with them is going to make them more likely to want to work with you. And you just have to kind of take out of your head, because like I know for me, one thing that held me back in the beginning was I thought I was going to be annoying, or I didn't want to be salesy. Raise your hand if you've ever felt any of these things before. Those are things that held me back a lot. But then I heard this one national wake-up call, and they did a similar one to it a couple weeks ago, about how following up shows that you care, and if you don't follow up, it shows you don't care. And I was like, well, crap, I need to start talking to these people so that they can see that I care. All right, number 4 is sending a deadline message the week before the group starts. So the deadline message, I posted examples of that in the Mission to Success Club group. All of these things that I'm talking about are in the file section on the team page. So there's a file on my follow-up process. And with following up, I do follow up relentlessly. And with the deadline message and closing people, you have to be relentless. Like literally, in some messages, I will say something to people. Like I'll send a deadline message. They'll say something back. And I'll be like, okay, ready to get started. They'll say something back. I'll answer their objection. Does that make you feel better? Ready to get started? Like you literally have to ask them multiple times. And I know it can be scary, but I promise you it works. And there's conversations that I've screenshotted before that I've showed you guys on team calls in the past. People end up thanking me for it. So all of these things are in the files section. The follow-up, the deadline message, how to invite, how to close people. So if you're talking to people about the coaching opportunity, use the document, how to effectively share the coaching opportunity. If you're talking to people about challenge groups, use the how to effectively invite to challenge groups. And they have questions in there that if you just ask those people those questions, and then if you wait till the end to give them the price and you make it all about their goals and needs, they're going to sign up. So send the deadline messages out a week before the group starts. The one that I sent out this week, I just put the wrong thing. Let's see. I sent this one out, and I basically said I have 10 spots left. This is what I showed you guys. We'll be working closely together. So I had one for the challenge groups and then one for the coaching opportunity. I just tweaked it to fit each one. And then I told them I was excited for them to get started. The deadline, let me know by the end of the day so I can save your spot or open it up to someone else. So that was what I sent this week. Okay. The next thing is number 5 is getting people on the phone and closing. So when I say closing, I'm talking about the closing questions. I'm going to bring that up right now. That is in the how to effectively share the coaching opportunity, or the 2 files I just mentioned. So if you scroll down a little bit, the questions are right here. So if you ask people these questions, I did not make these questions up myself. I learned them from Eric Worre, who's the author of GoPro, which everyone reads when they sign up to be a coach. And he's a network marketing guru. And when I learned these questions, I did not have them before. And when I learned them and I applied it to my business, I was top recruiter on the National Wake Up Call just by using them and being passionate about helping people. So they work. And getting people on the phone or FaceTime, the reason why I like doing that so much is because It gives you more of a connection with them. They can feel your energy, see your energy. Yes, it scared the crap out of me when I first started doing it. It still sometimes is weird to me to be on calls with people I don't know that well. But I promise you that if you just keep doing it, like, it'll be scary for probably the first 20 times, but I promise you that it gets easier. And if you need help, then, let myself know or someone else in the team, and we can do a 3-way call with you. But it makes such a huge difference. My closing ratio on Facebook is probably like 10 to 20%, 30% maybe. But if I get them on the phone, it's about 90%. So it works. And number 6 is learn how to overcome objections. Utilize your sponsor if you're not sure what to say back to people. If you've already shared stories, use your sponsor. Me and Nicole have been working together this week. She had some conversations. She's really working hard on Success Club. And she had some people she was talking to that she, had shared stories and done all the right things in the conversations, but she just wasn't sure where to go next. So I just had her email me the conversations with their names as the title of the email. And then we're working together on sending responses. And overcoming objections, honestly, it just takes a lot of practice. And it would be really impossible for me to put all of the things that I say to overcome objections in a file, in a script for you guys, because it's different all the time. And sometimes you just have to go with your gut. So that's why it's important to be able to work with someone else. This was how I learned when I started. I had no effing idea what I was doing. I'd literally send my sponsor 20 emails a day asking her for her opinion on what to say back in messages. And, I used to worry, well, what if I annoy her? But she was happy to help me, and I'm happy to help all of you guys. And, I feel like that process that she did with me, it works. She's in the Millionaires Club now, so obviously she knows what she's doing. So don't hesitate, to reach out and ask for our help. All right, so the third thing I want to talk about tonight with you guys is posting with a purpose. Because if you can change this one thing as well and really be honest with yourself and evaluate your social media, it will change everything for you. You guys, our social media is like our storefront, because what we're putting out there of us using the products and our experience with the coaching opportunity, it's just like let me think of an example, a clothing company that's putting their clothes out. Let's just use Fabletics as an example. They sell yoga clothes and stuff like that. It's just like them posting on their social media pictures of people in workout clothes on the beach or running or wherever it may be. All we're doing is just sharing our lifestyle, but we have to put it out there, because if we're in the closet and people don't know what we're doing, it's going to be like not having a display at a store, or walking into a store to buy. Let's pretend that you go into a store to buy tea. It's like a tea store. I'm pretty sure they have those Tiavana, or however you say that weird word, stores. So let's, pretend that you go to that store and you want to buy tea. But you go into the store, I want to see a show of hands. You go into the store and there's one little lonely bag of tea on the shelf. Raise your hand if you would feel encouraged to buy from that store if they only have one little lonely bag of tea on their shelf. I would probably walk out and be like, what the F is this company doing? This is weird. So we have to look at it that way. We have to be honest, and we have to be putting ourselves out there every day. And you create a credible brand by staying true to who you are. And I feel like we are so lucky to have social media as our main source. I don't want to have to do parties all the time or talk to people in person. I love doing those things. Don't get me wrong. I love being around people, but that's exhausting. And it takes so much time. We can reach thousands of people in a second just by doing a social media post. We're so lucky. I'm so lucky that we have social media, because I didn't have a good warm market to build from. I had a couple hundred friends on Facebook when I started, and the people that I was friends with, I didn't want to work with most of them, to be honest. So I built about 98 to 99% of my business comes all from social media. So when we're creating a credible brand, we have to be true to who we are. Like I said, we want our face to be what people think of, not Beachbody. We love Beachbody. We talk about their products, but it's our brand. It's our company. We are the CEO of our business, like Melissa talked about on our call last week. So we have to be putting ourselves out there. Popular companies now like Geico and Disney, when they first came out, people didn't recognize who they were, but they had to just keep consistently showing their brand or their face or their logo or whatever you want to call it every single day. So when you're thinking about posting on social media, don't worry about doing a bunch of different platforms. Don't worry about Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook and whatever else there is. Just do the one thing that you used before you became a coach that you like, that works for you. All I used my whole entire first year as a coach was my Facebook personal page. And then I only started using other platforms because I took a 6-month social media training to learn how to use them, because I had no clue. And even now I have all the different platforms, well, not all of them, but most of them. But right now I'm mainly focused on Facebook and Instagram, and I do Snapchat, but to me that's like more fun. I just kind of like post in every single post that I have, more tips on my Snapchat or whatever. So if you focus on too many things, you're going to get overwhelmed. So focus on the one thing that you used before. And when you're posting, you need to be talking about how it makes you feel. If you put a post, or I want to see a show of hands. If you see a post out there, let's also use Fabletics as the example. And let's talk about that. Let's pretend that there's one picture of a girl doing yoga on the beach and it just says like some yoga quote, like namaste or whatever. Then you have another picture next to it and it's this girl doing yoga on the beach. It's the same picture, but it's a story of her telling about how yoga has helped her heal her anxiety. She has more confidence than she's ever felt, whatever. Which picture would you feel more connected to? The one with the namaste or just saying daily workout, or the picture with the story that talks about why yoga helped her with anxiety? Raise your hand if the one with just the quote or saying workout of the day would make you feel drawn into it. And if it would, that's okay. Okay, raise your hand if the second example would draw you in, where she's talking more about how it helped her heal her anxiety and why yoga changed her life. Okay, I see Mary's hand. Okay, cool. I see Christine's hand. Awesome. I personally would want to work with someone that was telling a story that connected me and made me think about how it made them feel. Because the thing is that as human beings, we're going to connect to emotions. If we just see a picture out there that says hashtag WOD, workout of the day. Okay, cool. I'm proud of you that you got your workout in. That's awesome. Great job. Way to inspire. I'm not knocking that because that's how I used to post too. But we have to be intentional. We have to post with a purpose. Every time before I post something, even if I post a picture of a sunset, I always try to add something in that creates a purpose to that picture. All right. So this is kind of along with what I was just saying. We have to just post with purpose and not post on a whim. Now, one thing that I've heard a lot of people say, and this is an excuse I used to give myself, is, well, I don't have the time to sit there and type up this crazy post. And I will say that writing comes easy to me. So most days I don't have any idea what I'm going to post ever. It just comes out, other than the content that my graphic designer had me type up. But that's only one post a day. So, and the thing is too, is that it will get easier for you over time. But I'm going to give you guys examples of things that you can post about, and it's going to make it a lot easier. But I just want you guys to think about not just saying, here's my lunch, or here's my shake, or here's my workout, but open up and share why it is different for you and why you were drawn to it. So maybe when you're talking about your workout, I love working out at home because I used to be embarrassed to go to the gym. I'm saying that because I used to be embarrassed to go to the gym. I love being able to drink my Shakeology every day because I have so much more energy now than before. And just like share a quick story. It can be that simple. How has it changed your life because of being part of Beachbody? What was your situation before Beachbody? One thing I'll talk about a lot with my workouts or with Shakeology is I'll talk about how I used to have anxiety, how I used to just never know what to eat. I never knew what workouts to do. I used to be embarrassed to go to the gym, all these different things. Just write them all down and then talk about why you love Beachbody because of what your situation before is and what it is now. So people are attracted to a person and a story, not products. So think about game shows and TV shows. People love stories. They like to hear about something emotional. That's what they connect with. So that's what we just have to tell ourselves when we are posting on social media. And we need to know how it's added. People need to know how it is adding value to your life every single day and why. So like I was mentioning earlier, I post about the coaching opportunity every single day, some days multiple times a day. And it's still scary for me. I still feel like people are going to think I'm being annoying. And, sometimes I'll even be funny in my posts and be like, I'm not trying to be annoying. Or my intention is never to be annoying. It's just to inspire people. Or sometimes I'll really get out there and be like, if you don't like me cussing, then you can stop following me. So I just say things like that because sometimes I'm saying that because sometimes I cuss in my post to make a point, and some people don't like that. But guess what? They don't have to follow me. So that's another thing. We just have to remember that people that aren't meant to work with us, they might not like what we're posting, and that's okay. They can unfollow us. We can't please everyone with our posts. And I think I mentioned that on our call last week if you were on there. But my brand has completely drastically changed in the last 4 months. I'm a completely different person than I was before I moved to Hawaii. And a lot of my Christian friends that I went to church with think that I'm this crazy person that's like possessed by the devil now because I use crystals and meditate. So it's been difficult for me at first to put myself out there, but I just shared my heart and realized that the people that I'm meant to work with will work with me, and those that aren't won't, and that's okay. And another thing that you can think about, or I just want to give you guys an example. If you had to take your mother or father to get open heart surgery, would you work with a doctor if they didn't have credible information out there? Raise your hand if you would. I hope no one raises their hand. So yeah, if they have a website, but there's nothing on there, or they don't even have a website at all, I would not want to go take my dad to get open heart surgery from someone that doesn't even have information out there. From Nicole, I have a hard time thinking of coach posts because I haven't done much and I'm still pretty new. I don't have any ideas of what to say. That's a great question. And I think my next slide covers that, but if it doesn't, just remind me. All right, so here is your strategy. So we teach this from the moment you guys sign up to post 3 to 5 times a day consistently. And those 3 to 5 times a day, this is when your list of 5 comes in handy that we have you make when you start boot camp. So let's see. I'm going to have to speed this up because I'm supposed to be on a call in 1 minute. But if you look at my Instagram, and I'm just showing you that because all of my pictures are together, you can see that most of my posts are about nature, the beach, food, workouts, family, books, which is business. So it's all kind of the same theme. So I just have this list of things, and that's just what I post about. So think about what you like and what you enjoy and put that out there. Then at least once a day, post about coaching. And this is kind of what I was going to go into, and this is in regards to Nicole's question too. But put stuff out there other than just monetary stuff, about how much money you make. And it's actually your advantage if you don't have a story like mine, because a lot of people can't relate to my story. And a lot of the top 10 coaches, I've heard them talk about this in their calls too, that I've listened to, because it's hard for people to relate to someone that earns 6 figures or is debt-free, because most people aren't in that situation, unfortunately. And I don't say that to be mean. I say that because I was there my whole life, and I know it sucks. I need a sip of water real quick. So the thing is we can put stuff out there that we do enjoy about it. One example could be, you love the accountability that we have from our challenge groups, because it helps you stay on track with your workouts when you don't feel motivated. Number 2, you could post about how you love having all these friends that you get to hang out with and get to know, and you have all this stuff in common. And maybe, you didn't have a community of friends that got you before. That's something I still talk about myself, because I'm trying to talk more, or I'm trying to talk less about the money and more about these other things, because people can relate to these other things more. Another thing that you can do is you can post about wherever you're working from that day. So Nicole, I know that you in Hawaii, you're working outside a lot. So you can take selfies of you at the beach, or just post a picture of the beach and just talk about how you're so blessed, or however you want to word it, that is your office today, or wherever it is. It can be a coffee shop. It can be the couch. A lot of times I post about being able to work out or work in my pajamas, because I'm so weird. I'm either out or I just want to be home. So I like to be able to work in my pajamas. Another thing you can talk about is if you earned enough money that month to pay your utility bills. Most people don't earn an extra $100 a month. That would change a lot of people's lives. You can talk about if you went and bought a dress at Target. I'm saying Target because I know Nicole likes Target. I'm pretty sure we all love Target, but Anyways, I'm just about to go off on a funny trail. You can post about like, thanks Beachbody, I was able to go to Target and get this dress today and not have to worry about shopping, or however you want to word it. Or if you go get your nails done, like there's a lot of things. So just kind of be creative and think about things like that. I could keep on going, but for the sake of time, I can't. And maybe what we can do, excuse me, for those of you that are on here, because I know there's some people that have been coaches longer than Nicole on here, Christine, Mary, and Deborah, if you guys could kind of share some things that you post about the coaching opportunity. Erica, I just saw that you got on here, and I know we're doing our one-on-one. We're almost done with the team call. And then the last thing with your strategy is to post at least one time a day about the vital behaviors. So like one thing that I'll do a lot is I'll post about my personal development. If you're not sure what to post about in the morning, post about what you read in your personal development that morning. This morning I posted, it was kind of like a 3 vitals post along with the coaching opportunity, but I'm reading The Alchemist right now, and it was just talking about like going after your dreams, and that the universe will conspire to help you when you go after your dreams. And like I made that into a post. Of course, your workouts is one of the vital behaviors, so you can post about that. Okay, and then the next thing, audit your page. With one scroll, you should be able to tell that you're a coach. And I want to exit out of this real quick, and I want everyone to take a picture of this too, because I feel like this is really going to help people. Because once I put this all like in one little area and I started auditing my own page, like the last couple of weeks, it's really, really helped me a lot with my posts, because sometimes I suck at taking selfies because it gets on my nerves, because I feel like I have to take 55,000 pictures to get a good selfie. Yeah, Nicole says, yeah, the struggle is real. But I'm like, okay, I got to be posting some selfies. All right, so raise your hand if you have the picture. I want everyone to take a picture of this. I'm not moving on until everyone gets the picture. I think Christine just kissed me on the screen. Everyone got the picture. Everyone good? Okay. All right. With one scroll, we should be able to tell that you're a coach. With one scroll, we should be able to see you, your face. With one scroll, we should be able to know you. So something about you that goes back to the 3 to 5 things that are your interests. With one scroll, you should be able to tell that you have something for me to join. So that doesn't have to be like a flyer or a sign, or you holding a sign saying, come join my team. Let me share my page real quick. It can be something as simple as, let's see. I did this little sunset picture yesterday, and I talked about our Hydrate Your Health Challenge starting, and then I said that you can head over here to join it, our wellness community. And then like I did my before and after the other day, and at the end of it, I said, drop a comment below or private message me. So it can be simple. And like another thing that I'll do in a lot of my posts is at the end of it, I'll say, tell me again, why not you? So those are some different things that you can do. All right. And then the last thing is to battle objections publicly. And this is something that was out of my comfort zone to do. And I heard like one of the top 10 coaches say this, and I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense. And I did that a lot last year. And then I kind of just got out of the habit. So I've been trying to do that more the last couple months. But make a list of the things that you felt before and what made you feel more comfortable. And you can even ask other people on the tribe. And think about the part of the lifestyle that attracted you. And then think about what helps you overcome that. So one that I talk about a lot, and if you scroll down on my page, I think I just posted about it last week. I talked about how I wanted absolutely nothing to do with Shakeology when I started. Like once I found out that you had to do the shake thing, I was so pissed off. I'm like, Lindsay, girl, I lost 60 pounds. Like, can you not tell that I like food? I mean, obviously if I used to weigh that much, obviously I like food. I don't want to be drinking this shake. And like, then I was all skeptical about what was in it. And even when I ended up, stopped being stubborn and I tried it, I'm like, this shit's nasty. I was constipated. Like I was so anti-Shakeology. So I share that. And then I share about, I ended up trying it because I heard that it would give me more energy. It would help me reach my fitness goals quicker. It would help me save money on groceries. I could stop buying all these supplements. Could stop going to the doctor so much, whatever you want to say. And then I'll say how I feel now. So you can put that stuff out there. If it's about the coaching opportunity, one thing I like to talk about a lot is like people thinking they don't have enough time. And I'll just say, this business only takes a few hours a week. I worked 80 hours a week at times when I started. If they have a money objection, you can put that out there and say, I thought the same thing, but I found that it's super simple to earn an income and that this helps you save money. I've put stuff out there about pyramid schemes before. You know what? I'll probably do that tomorrow because that's a really good post. But you just have to be bold and you just have to put it out there. And I actually have a blog post. If you go to my blog, Charlotte is in we're in the stages of redoing it because it's kind of my old brand. But there's a post on there. I think it's like the 9 most common objections. My blog is getfitjess.com, and you can share that stuff. I talk about pyramid schemes, all these things. So just take what I put and put that stuff into your own words and put it into posts. All right. And then the last thing we have to do is to just raise our standards, because we've talked about a lot tonight. We've talked about how to simplify our business. We've had some real effing talk and figured out, how to really look at ourselves, and we answer some tough questions about ourselves. And we've talked about posting on social media and all these things we can do to reach Success Club. But what we need to most importantly do after doing all this is to raise our standards, because when you raise your standards, the universe will meet you there. So something that I used to do when I first started my business, we always talk about SC5, SC10, just hit that, just invite 3 people a day. But if you want success and you would like to raise it get it faster, then you've got to raise your standards. What I did when I really wanted to quit my job, my sponsor told me to go invite 100 people a day. Raise your hand if you would think I was crazy if I told you to invite 100 people a day. I thought she was crazy when she told me that, but I did it. I wanted to get out of my job. I didn't care. I was scared, but I was like, no, I got to get out of here. I have to do this. So I figured it out. I found a way. I got over my stupid excuses and I quit my job. And I want to see another show of hands. Raise your hand if I told you that you invited 100 people a day, that you would be able to reach your big scary goal, whatever it is. Raise your hand if you would just do it and figure out a way to do it. If I could guarantee you that would help you reach whatever it is that your goal is. Okay, well, it will. You just have to trust the process and you have to raise your standards. If you want to reach your goal really quickly, you're going to not just hit SC10, you have to blow through it and do it at the beginning of the month. Now that I'm finally moved and settled and figuring out where I wanted to live, I am going to be committed to doing that by the 5th of the month. And this is something that I've been doing the last 2 years, is I don't just invite 3 to 5 people a day. Some weeks when I'm traveling, I do, but I invite 10, 20. I've been inviting 30 people a day for probably the last, whatever that month we went to Eric where I was in April. Ever since then, I've been inviting about 30 people a day. If you need help on what to say or who to invite, join our Mission to Success Club group, because I'm sharing with them exactly what to do. And then don't just post 1 time a day about coaching, post 3 times a day. Like I showed you guys, if you go to my page, literally almost all of my posts are about coaching. This is like one of my posts to just add value. This is sharing about me and my divorce, giving people tips. Then I'm talking about my car being here and I'm talking about the opportunity. That's just a random question about workout clothes. This is about the coaching opportunity. This is about challenge groups. This is about challenge groups. This is kind of about challenge groups and the coaching opportunity, both. Like literally, it's our life. So what we have to do is we have to get out of our own way and stop feeling bad about putting it out there. And I'm saying that because that's how I used to feel. Like I really started putting myself out there a lot more, like within the last few months, like I said, and it scared me. But like I was talking about earlier, like I have to put it out there. We have to just stop worrying about it because it's our life. Like, are we going to get offended from our other friends that post all of their stuff about the new purses they buy and the McDonald's that they ate? And I'm not trying to be mean. It really sounded mean. Don't judge me, guys. And I'm not judging any of the people that do that because I used to do all that. But we're not going to get mad if they're posting about that stuff because that's their life, or if they post all these pictures of their kids. Like, who would get mad at someone because they post about their kids all day, right? Okay, so, oh gosh, we've been talking forever tonight. I didn't even realize what time it was. So we have to just get over it. And I mentioned this in the video the other day, but I don't know what is going on with the screen. It's loading. Okay. Aha moments don't count. When you're listening to these team calls or the national wake up call or doing personal development, it doesn't count if you have an aha moment. It only counts if there's action behind it. It doesn't matter if you don't get to work. So every day, don't go to bed until you're finished with whatever it is that you set out to do. And what is it that we should set out to do every day? Anybody want to tell me? Somebody type in the chat box. What should we be doing every single day as a coach? What do we need to make sure that we do every single day as a coach before we go to bed? Somebody tell me. If you raise your standards, everything else will raise for you as well. The universe will conspire to help you and meet you there. So if your goal is always SC5 or SC10, go for 20. My goal is 40 this month, you guys, 40. And right now I have 4 points, but I have been this close to signing up people every day this week, and I keep trying, and I know that I'm going to get there. So we have to raise our standards, because the thing is, I make big scary goals for myself because I know that I'm going to put more effort in than if I just say, oh, I'll just get SC5 and I'll wait till the last week of the month to get it, and then I'll be all stressed out because I'm running at the last week of the month to get it. It's so much less stressful if we just raise our standards and get to work at the beginning of the month and have big goals for ourselves. Like, I was talking to my mentor with corporate, Brittany, the other day on the phone, and I'm like, Britt, I just have to have these big goals for myself because I'm just not going to stop until I get there. And I don't always hit them, but I will be way closer to hitting way bigger goals than if I just said, oh, I'm just going to get SC5. Okay, so nobody told me what we need to do every single day before we go to bed as a coach. Christine, type in the chat box. Tell me what you think. I picked on you because I know you don't mind being picked on. And that was really the last thing. Let's see. Erica, thank you for being patient and waiting. I know we were supposed to start our one-on-one 15 minutes ago. We got like really into this call. Okay. So the one thing that we should do every single day before we go to bed as a coach, the vital behaviors. Yes, Christine has got it. So all we have to do every single day is do that Success Club daily checklist every single day. That's all we have to do. And then I'm going to just go back to this one slide. Well, this is just beautiful. I think we all need to see this again. There's beauty and simplicity. All we have to do is focus on Success Club. And then my magic formula to Success Club. Did everyone get a picture of this slide? I think this is an important one to get a picture of. Everyone get a picture of this one before we end the call. If you guys have any other final questions, I do need to get off of here to do my one-on-one with Erica because she's been patiently waiting. If you do have other questions, post them in the team page. Please raise your hand when you're done taking a picture of this. Okay, does everyone have their picture? Everyone good? Misty, are you good? Yeah, okay. All right, lovers. I hope you all have a beautiful night. I will see y'all in the team page. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for all the great questions and participation. And let's get out of our own way and make some big shit happen. Bye, y'all. Erica, just get on the same Zoom link. I'm just going to restart it. Bye, everyone.